Hello, hello, my Huns. How are you doing today? This is your handful mama. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And to the right, click that notification bell and make sure it says all so you won't miss any videos or any lives. Today, you guys, I'm going to be cooking my famous, delicious barbecue baked beans. So I just wanted to come on here and show you guys how I make mine. Over here, I have me about 3/4 cup of ground beef. I already fried that up. And I also have a can of these Van Caps beans, pork and beans that I like to use. But what I do, I drain mine from the sauce that it have. I rinse them and I drain them. So this is how they look out of the can. Also, I will be using some bell peppers, the green ones and the red ones, and also some onions. And I'm just using a small amount of each ingredient because I'm only cooking using one can of the pork and beans. I also have some parsley flakes I'll be using. I'm going to use the sweet brown sugar because I usually would put brown sugar in my beans, but today I'm just going to use the sweet brown sugar barbecue right here in the bottle. And then also I'm going to use some onion powder. And also I have me some Creole seasoning. Okay, so my skillet is already hot. So I'm going to go ahead and add my ground beef to this skillet. You can use ground turkey or you can use ground beef. Either one you prefer. And like I said, I just have a small amount here, about 3/4 cup. Now if you want to make more, you'll just double the size or you will triple the size. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flavor my meat with some onion powder. And the only thing I'm going to use is just a sprinkle, maybe about a half a teaspoon. And then also on the parsley, same amount, about a half a teaspoon. And then on my Creole, about a half a teaspoon. And I'm going to just stir that up. Make sure all the flavors are stirred up together before I add the next ingredient because I want this to be seasoned as well. And make sure your ground beef doesn't have, or the turkey meat, make sure it doesn't have any excess water in it. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same with my peppers and my onion. I'm going to just season them as well. And the reason why I'm doing that because I don't want the flavor to be off on anything. About a half a teaspoon of the parsley, half a teaspoon of the Creole. And then on the onion powder, same thing, about a half a teaspoon. And the only thing I'm going to do is just shake that around. And all of the seasoning, as you can see, the seasonings are mixing well on the peppers and the onions. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Get all of them out of there. And you can hear that sizzle. I hope you guys are doing well today on this Thursday. But this is a quick recipe. It only takes about maybe 5 minutes to brown your ground beef or your ground turkey. And this is something you can have for if you're entertaining like a party or something. A quick dish that everyone will enjoy. And like I said, I usually would use my brown sugar. And I would use about maybe just a half a teaspoon of brown sugar in this recipe. But since my barbecue sauce already has the brown sugar, I'm not going to use it today. And like I said, you can double this recipe or triple it. Just triple the ingredients or double the ingredients. Either one you prefer. Okay, I'm going to let that cook up about maybe 10 more seconds. And then we're going to add in our beans. And the reason I'm doing that, I want my peppers and my onions to kind of cook down a little. Let them get on the softer side. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with my beans. I'm going to add just a half a teaspoon of the parsley, half a teaspoon of the Creole, and then a half a teaspoon of the onion powder. And I like to flavor mine separate. I said about 10 more seconds, but I'm going to let it cook about another minute to make sure the green peppers and the red peppers and the onions are cooked down. I'm like a little on the softer side because they're going to get softer when you put the barbecue sauce in. They will get softer. And as they sit, those onions and peppers will get softer. Okay, that was about another 40 seconds. So I'm going to let that fry up about maybe 20 more seconds. I'm going to turn it up just a little. You want your heat to be on like a medium. It's smelling really, really good. And I'm going to come back on live after this dish. I'm going to be preparing my a burger that I haven't made on this channel. And it's my grilled onion burger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just stir all this up. Make sure it's mixed together. And like I said, you want to drain those juices that has been sitting in the can. In the can, you want to go ahead and drain those first. You don't want that to go in your mixture. Okay, all of that is mixed up, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to my skillet. I'm going to cook it about another minute and a half to make sure there's no excess water anywhere. And I'm just using my spatula here, but I'm going to grab my spoon so it'll be a little easier. But I had that spatula chopping up that ground beef. I'm going to get my spoon so it'll be a little easier to mix it. Now, if you're a person that can't have the barbecue sauce, you can just add you a little hot water to this, about how much will fit in this spoon, and that will give you some liquid, and you actually can eat this mixture just like this. It'll be good for like if you got some fried chicken or something on the side and you want to just have this to add to your dish. But today I'm going to be making my barbecue beans. So we're gonna let that cook, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my brown sugar. And I'm going to add around about 3/4 cup first, and then if I need some more, I'll add that after I get this stirred up. And the reason why I don't like excess water in there, because it's gonna, as it sit, it's gonna make a little water in it anyway. I'm gonna turn my eye up because that barbecue sauce made the temperature go down. But like I said, if you want to double this recipe or triple it, just use those extra ingredients. If you want to make a larger amount, I'm going to rake that off my spoon. Now after this is done, after you added your barbecue sauce, you can let this cook around about maybe 4 more minutes. I'm just going to spread it out like that. And I'm going to add around about another teaspoon of barbecue sauce. Rinse my hand off. All those flavors if you don't have all that excess water. Now if you don't have the brown sugar barbecue sauce, just add you a 1/2 teaspoon of brown sugar. Okay, you guys, I've let this cook up 2 minutes. I'm gonna let it cook up another minute or so. I'm gonna get my bowl ready. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scoop it in my bowl. I took it off of that heat. Okay, you guys, you can see all of those peppers and everything in there. This is how it should look. I hope you guys get to make this recipe. But these are my delicious barbecue beans that I enjoy to make for my family. I will see you guys in the next one, hon. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Go to the right, hit the notification bell, make sure it's on all. I'll see you later, my huns. Have a good one.